Welcome to episode 1 of the Going Back and Catching Up podcast with me, Dan Austin, and my first guest on my new podcast is a guy that I've been a fan of for a very long time. His name is Clint Black. And what do you say we go back and catch up? So how are you, man? It's been a long time. We've run across each other over the years. You've been in our studio, and dating back to my years in Chicago, we ran across each other a few times there too. So just neat to catch back up with you again.
Yeah, thanks. You too. I've made the rounds since then. A lot of traveling.
Well, the Summer's Coming tour is what you're doing this time around. I know you've toured with your wife Lisa and daughter Lily Pearl with the Mostly Hits and the Misses tour, and both of them, I guess, have different fun aspects to them. Obviously, you want to travel with your family, but just getting to perform and with your daughter now is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's I was watching her sing the national anthem at the White Sox game a week or so ago, and I'm going, "That's my daughter. She's 22. What happened?" It's just so. Oh, it's thrilling. It's so good to be a dad. I mean, we're just such a tight little family. We love each other. We like each other, and to have her and Lisa out on the road with me, I get homesick out there. The only really great part of it is my road family and the audience, when we get to spend that time together. And all the rest of it, pretty much missing the family. So having them out on the road, never mind the performing together, just having them out there with me is just fantastic.
Yeah, anytime you're with your family, it's a good thing. It's better than missing them for sure.
Yeah.
So it's been almost 35 years since you first appeared on the radio with the song Better Man, and then right out of the box, Killing Time, Walking Away, Nobody's Home, and I could name drop, and I could, State of Mind, Good Run of Bad Luck, Bad Goodbye, all these different hits you've had over the years. If you could pick only one of your songs to play the rest of your life, which one of those songs would it be?
Ooh, oh man, you are cruel. I have to imagine that. Whatever one it is, I'd be ready to stop and switch. I want to say When I Said I Do, but Nothing But the Taillights or Like the Rain. It's so hard. Killing Time, love singing that one. It's impossible to pick one. For crowd response, the way it's received, because that's an exchange of energy and the reaction to Killing Time is just never fails to, never disappoints. We always feel like everybody's enjoying it.
So what you're saying is you're copping out on my answer here, Clint. Is that what you're trying to say?
It wasn't obvious. It's so tough. If I had to pick one song to listen to of mine, that would be easier, because that would definitely be When I Said I Do. It's one of those, sometimes I feel like the composition, really outdid the recording. And that's one where I felt like the recording lived up to the composition, and I don't listen with any moment of, man, I wish I'd done that differently, or any of those things that always happen in a song, in a recording. And hearing Lisa in there, of course, having her voice.
Yeah, it goes without saying. It's just
so. Yes, I'm copping out.
Okay, that's all right.
Hey, the rules on.
You took the one with your wife in it. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah, 31 years and married now.
Congratulations, that's awesome. That is awesome. Now, on a side note, one of our family's favorite songs is not one of your normal hits. It's the Christmas song, Till Santa's Gone. We love to hear that every season. That's one of our favorite songs.
I get that a lot. It was the first Christmas song I ever wrote.
Yes.
Hayden and I, with our buddy Shake Russell down in Texas. And I had a kid backstage request it once. It was June. I said, we can't do it. It's June. And and he called it Milk and Cookies.
Yes.
And that's what my mom called it. So when we reissued the Christmas music, I flipped the title from Till Santa's Gone, Milk and Cookies to Milk and Cookies. Because that's what everybody remembers from that.
You're right. Milk and Cookie. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Clint Black is my special guest. Now, we talked about 35 years ago, starting in the music business with the first hit. It's been almost 30 years since the movie Maverick was out with Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster, slew of country stars in there, including yourself, but none of them, to my knowledge, got thrown off of the boat in the movie for cheating.
Yeah, I told Mel, I said, I didn't die. I didn't drown when, Garner threw me off the boat. So let's get busy with a sequel.
There you go.
I've been getting offers before that to do movies, and I just told my manager and agent, I said, I don't act. I'm not an actor. And then they called me, and I jumped on a plane and went up to Oregon to do that, and everyone was on it. Mel, James Garner, Jodie Foster, James Coburn, and every Gunsmoke, and
yes,
Bonanza actor. I grew up watching. And I left there and called my agent. I said, okay, send me some more of these. Of course, there was never another one like that. That was just a 6 days total on set for me, and it was fantastic.
Do you remember what that card was that you had up your sleeve in that scene?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I've got, I should go look. I've got the hand I was holding. I saved it. But usually it's an ace.
Yes, it was.
Do you know?
I do know. So, I mean, you got a 25% shot of getting this right. Which ace do you think it was?
Oh, ace of spades.
No.
Oh, was it red?
It was red.
That'd be the ace of hearts. There.
It was the ace of hearts. Yeah, I went back and I watched that clip of that movie, and I'm going, I wonder if he's going to know the answer to this. I'm going to throw it by him and see what he comes up with. But at least you had the ace right? Now you're going to have to go rewatch the whole movie.
Yeah, but I've got you to thank. Anyone asks me that again, I know.
Right off the top of your head, it'd just be like, yeah, I know that all the time. So,
of course. Why wouldn't I know that?
If your life was made into a movie, I've always thought this, okay? I mean, when you first came out and then this other actor came out, I've always thought that if there's ever a movie about the life of Clint Black, that this guy could play you. But I want to get your thoughts on who it would be first, and I'll tell you who I think it should be.
Oh, man, I have no idea. You're thinking of a young actor, one of the young actors of today?
No, at the time when you first came out, and it was a TV show with this guy that was on it. He's still acting today, but he's doing another hit TV show now. And
so it wouldn't be Luke Perry. Who would it be?
The guy I'm thinking, do you know who Scott Bakula is?
Yeah.
He was on Quantum Leap, like right when you first came out, and then now he's doing CSI Vegas or something. But I've always thought, man, I tell you what, if they were going to do a movie about Clint Black, this would be the guy. He'd be like a long-lost brother. I don't know. You guys look so similar.
Yeah, I could play Roy Rogers and he could play me. They say there are only 13 faces in the world, and everyone else is a copy.
Wow, you hit me with that out of nowhere. I didn't know we were going to go into science here this afternoon, Clint.
Yeah, quasi-science.
Now let's get to some of the stuff you're doing now. The Talking in Circles on the Circles Network, on the Circle Network, I should say, in its fourth season. You're just interviewing all kinds of big stars, and there's Sammy Hagar, Dennis Quaid, Terry Bradshaw. Again, just a ton of stars. I want to ask you two things about this show. First of all, how did you get involved in it? What made you say, you know what, I want to do a talk show. I want to make it my own show. What went into the development of this? What made you want to do this?
It was every moment that I walked away from and said to my manager, man, if the fans could have been a fly on the wall for that, they would have loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually would, joke about a show like that. And so when the 2020 came and the lockdowns, I lost my day job, and I called my manager and I said, let's see if we can't do a Zoom call with Circle TV and pitch this as an idea. And we did a call with the head of the network, pitched him the idea, and he said, I'll buy the pilot today. The pilot being the
Right.
test episode. And he got up a call with his VP, and we had another call, and the VP had some great ideas, and we brainstormed about that, and the head of the network said, okay, I'll buy season 1 right now. And that was it.
Wow.
2 meetings, and I got that feeling in the pit of my stomach, it goes with getting what you want.
Uh-huh.
And then now you have to do it, and I just do what I always do. I just over-prepare and out of fear, of coming up short. So when I do the taping, I can relax and have a good time with the guests. And some of them I know well, and some of them I don't know at all. Some of them I don't even know much about what they've done. And so I have to do a lot of homework.
Sure.
And we started out getting all my country pals, and then we branched out. We always knew we would, and now we've got, some of my other pals from the comedy world and the acting world, and we're in the middle of taping season 5 right now. So while everybody's watching season 4, we're getting season 5 ready, and have some great guests lined up for that.
Very cool. Who would your dream interview be? If you could have just your pick of anybody, who would you go with?
A lot of names, but I think James Taylor is the first one that comes to mind.
Really?
I'd love to get Willie. Yeah, I'd love to get Willie on. I'm going to have to go to Texas to do it if it's even possible.
Uh-huh.
But it's a huge list, Dan. You can imagine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just...
Well, who would your dream interview be?
Clint Black.
All right, that's it. Knocked it out of the park. Okay.
All right.
Now, me aside, anybody in the music world or the acting world?
I would have to say I've always been a huge fan of Kevin Costner, and I like every movie he's done. Field of Dreams is my favorite movie of all time, and then now I'm hooked on Yellowstone. So just everything he's done, I just always get sucked in. So yeah, I would love to just spend some time with Kevin and chat. So that would be.
We're already talking to him about doing the show. So
well, good.
Looks like you might at least get to see him and me doing it. I mean, imagine the stories that he has.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, from that movie to like working with Whitney Houston to doing Yellowstone to singing, and so let me know when you tape that, because I'd love to be in the studio audience for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, awesome. Talking in Circles on the Circle Network, and then one of your other ventures that you started was Clint Black's Cowboy Coffee, and this was another pandemic-driven thing too, if I'm to understand correctly. What made you want to start your own coffee?
Yeah, the best cup of coffee you'll get at clintblackcoffee.com.
Oh, I love it.
It's just, I love coffee. A friend of mine's in the coffee business, so years ago, I had him work with me to come up with a really great roast to send out to family and friends at Christmas, and everybody wanted more, and he's always told me, you have the perfect name for a coffee brand, and so when the pandemic happened, I said, again, I don't have much to do right now. So we started looking for a roaster and trying out roasts and beans and all of that, and just started it as internet only. They're a small roasting operation, and they're able to just roast as we go. So the best thing about it, aside from they're just amazing experts at roasting, is it's fresh. So, some coffees you buy at the store may have been, in the storage for a year.
Uh-huh.
This is maybe 3 months maximum. Usually it'll be a month. If you order it online, it may be 2 weeks old. So it's just so fresh. It's really good. And I have some friends who would not float my boat if their life depended on it, and this is not going to be that way. And they've gotten a subscription, so it comes automatically to them, and that's the best testimony.
Absolutely. You got me craving a cup of coffee right now.
Yep. It's I drink a little bit throughout the day here and there, so I can drink coffee at 5, 6 p.m. because I'm in the musician's union. I can't go to bed before 3.
Yeah, I hear you.
a.m.
So the question is, do you take your coffee black?
Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes a little sweetener, a little cream. Sometimes the tasty French vanilla cream. I like it every kind of way you can imagine. I'll do the kind of what I call the dessert drinks, the frappuccinos and all of that. We're working on getting espresso. We're not there yet, but we'll grow into it.
All right, we'll look for that. A couple more quick things, Clint. Just a random question. Everybody always mentions the great guitar players and the pickers and who the greatest is. You hear like Eddie Van Halen and Jimi Hendrix and Brian May and Keith Urban. But if I was to mention great harmonica players, honest to God, the first person I think of is you, and the way you play them harmonica when you're singing, and it's incredible. So I wanted to tell you that. And do you put
I don't put myself that high up. No. I'm not really accomplished on the instrument. I can do what I do. I find hooky stuff to do.
Sure.
Almost like the Keith Richards of harmonica, where I'm not going to be the flashiest guy, but I can come up with parts that your ears like. And for me, it's Magic Dick from Jay Giles' band. It's Jimmy Z, who I think is really kind of a session player. He plays, reed instruments and harmonica. The guy, Blues Traveler, his name escapes me. These are people, Stevie Wonder, they completely master the instrument.
Well, you do a good job. You're right up there for me, man.
Thanks. I will, I'll live on your list and not mine.
Okay. Clint Black is my special guest here, and I wanted to do a little fun thing with you called That's the Facts Black. Okay? All the answers are going to have black in them. Okay? So let's see how quickly, how well-knowledged, how well-rounded you are. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Actor that was in School of Rock, Jumanji, and Goosebumps.
Jack Black.
Whoa, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Movie with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Was it, oh, man.
They had that little pin where they pressed on it to make you forget everything you knew up to that point.
Oh, Men in Black.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I was thinking Will Ferrell. Where was I?
Oh, that's all right. All right, how about an AC/DC song?
Oh, Back in Black.
Yes, of course. Marvel superhero from Wakanda.
Oh, is that Black Adam?
No, before that.
No, the Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah. I could have used Black Adam, too. That was The Rock in that one. And lastly, hockey team from Chicago.
The team from Chicago?
A hockey team.
The Black Sox? I don't know the hockey team. I tell you, I rib my fiddle player about hockey all the time. He's really into it, and I just never took to hockey. So I'm always kidding him about it. He could have helped me with that answer.
It's the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, yeah. Yeah, you threw Black Sox in there.
I knew that in the back of my mind.
That's all right. Well, you threw Black Sox out there. You go back to the cheating scandal of the White Sox in the early 1900s. So you at least had that in there, right?
That was a black mark on him.
Yes, it was. It was, and we still can't. I'm a White Sox fan. When you mentioned earlier in the conversation that your daughter sang the national anthem there, I'm guessing that was for country music night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she did a few songs throughout the first pitch, and she had a buddy come along, one of her Belmont buddies, accompanier on guitar, and he's from Chicago, and his family flew up there and made it a whole big event. He's a Cubs fan. You know, they grew up as Cubs fans.
Yeah.
Quite the rivalry there.
Yes.
So
Story of my
still
life.
wore the White Sox jersey. He may catch some flack for that.
Oh, that's good. That's good. At least if you can get a Cub fan in a White Sox jersey, it's a lot better than the other way around. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks so much for spending some time with me here on K105. I do appreciate it, Clint. Looking forward to the show. Bluegate Theater in Shipshewana on June the 30th. Get the coffee and give that website one more time.
ClintBlackCoffee.com.
There it is. And, of course, Talking in Circles on the Circle Network. Taping for Season 5, but right now in the middle of Season 4. And Kevin Costner, you let me know when that happens. I want to be there in the audience for that.
I will. Hey, it's always great to circle back to you, Dan. I appreciate you plugging all that stuff.
Absolutely. And what's that card again?
What's that card? The Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts. There you go. There you go. If nothing else, you can always remember me for the Ace of Hearts, all right?
I will.
Hey, but you take care.
I'll see you at a TV taping soon.